Okay, sports fans, here's our second segment of boot reviews. This is called a Tecovas Duke boot, and it's what they call a full quill ostrich leather, and this is in a grain color, light grain color, but it's got a deep rich color. It's pretty good, and it's a roper style boot. Oh, you're going to twist that? It's a roper style boot, which means it's got the lower heel and a shorter shaft on it. And it's a really good, comfortable boot. I just got this boot, and you can tell because if you look at the sole, these are those real nice high grain leather soles. I haven't even started to wear these out. This is probably my third day I've worn them, and of course my house is carpeted or hardwood floors, and my office is all carpeted, so it doesn't get a lot of wear and tear. Ostrich is considered an exotic leather. The other ones, if we want to maybe go back and look at the other what colors they come in, they also come in a black, mahogany, and pecan. And if you notice those other ones, the shafts on them all are the same color as the boot. And I haven't bought a pair of pecan colored boots yet. All the ones I bought have been grain colored, but I don't mind the two-tone shaft on these. You don't only, it's on the under your boots, your pants all the time, and so I can't tell the difference. And I don't know what the difference between the pecan and the grain color is, except for I'm colorblind, and somebody said the pecan's a little bit more red. But I don't know, I can't tell. And who knows how accurate this is. Now what I got was as you can tell on the last call here, is the two-tone, the light, the grain color, which is a little bit different. But I haven't touched these boots, and these are a little bit darker than the pictures. But I don't mind the dark color at all. I think that's great. So inside, these boots are fully lined, and they're very comfortable to wear. They go on pretty easy. They come off a little harder if you wear them all day long and your feet swell up a little bit. Full stacked leather heel and the full rubber. And a lot of boots aren't doing the real stacked leather heels. They come up with a composite heels lately. But the Tecovas brand, and Tecovas are considered a mid-level boot. There's some higher-end boots, Lacases and Genesis, and there's a couple other boots that run a couple $100 comparative to these. But there's also a lot of boots that are a lot less expensive than the Tecovas. So these would be considered I think a mid to high-level boot. But their quality and their construction leans towards the higher-level boots. The Chicos, a little bit more expensive, but they don't have the variety that the Tecovas has. And so Tecovas is kind of hitting the market of the, the urban cowboys, the guy that wear their boots to the office and things like that, more of a dress boot type. They do make some work boots that I have a couple pair of those. The Midlands and the Jasons are good work boots. But for the most part, most of my boots are more of this dress type of boots that I can wear to the office. Adam, you said you were studying up on the ostrich leather skins on here.
So ostrich leather, it turns out, has been around for a little while. The first commercially produced ostrich leather was in 1850.
Wow.
But it would go through many waves of high production to no production at all. And those largely coincided with the wars. World War I and World War II took them down a lot. There was also...
Like everything else.
Yeah, like everything else. And apartheid, there was a brief trade embargo on South Africa where most of these come out of.
The ostrich skins themselves.
Yeah, the ostrich skins themselves are typically African ostrich, and they're farmed in South Africa. And so when apartheid was going on, and there was trade embargoes on South Africa. There was a kind of a cartel trade for ostrich leather.
Oh, yuck. Like black diamonds or the diamond cartels.
Yeah.
Blood diamonds, I guess they call them.
Yeah, blood diamonds. It's one of the strongest leathers. As you were talking about this quill area, they call it the crown, and it's actually only a fairly small, relatively small portion of the whole leather, and so to get a full crown section of leather is more rare. But it's the only way you get that full quill look all the way around.
Some poor ostrich gave his all for that boot, then, is what you're saying.
Yep.
They use the leathers for other things. I mean, they use the ostrich for other things too, I guess. But they're farmed. You know, it's like my Cayman boots. They come out of
farms
in South America. So, but I like the boot. It's better looking than I thought it was. I bought it because I got it on sale. I buy 90% of my boots when they become on sale, so I don't pay full retail on them because, you know, face it, this is a $400 or $500 boot, and I don't have $400 either, but this, instead of being $500, it's only $340, and so that was a good buy on this boot. The Tecovas brands, they've really taken off. I've seen a little bit of decline in their quality, just a hair, since they started making so many. And the biggest problem I have with Tecovas now is that I have a hard time finding my size in a lot of the size. Now, I got to renege on that a little bit. What I mean is, I've got like 14 pairs of them now, so I'm not going to be buying a lot more. But I find myself buying a different color when I would have rather had a different color or a different style. I end up buying the boots they have in my size.
So Doug, where does this ostrich fit in your ranking of all the boots you have?
That's a good question. As far as comfort, or do I just my overall where I like it?
We'll do comfort first.
Comfort, they're about towards the top end.
Okay.
These are good boots. These are brand new boots. I've only worn them 2 or 3 times, so they're Tecovas boots you don't have to break in. You put them on, and they're pretty much the way they're going to feel. So I would say, as far as comfort goes, my Python Bodies are probably by far my most comfortable boots.
Number one.
And then I like my Jasons after that. Then my exotic boots, like the Caymans, the Ostrich.
They kind of all tie for third.
They all kind of tie for third.
Okay.
My Dean boots, which are the ones with the zippers, my zipper boots all have a tendency to be a little bit more comfortable. But, you know, they're all comfortable boots, but my Pythons are number one. Probably my Jasons are number 2. And everything else is kind of the same after that.
Okay. As far as style, where would you rank the ostrich leather?
It's higher than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I still think I like the Caymans the best, but I'd probably put this right behind the Cayman.
Okay, so number 2 on style.
Number 2 on the style. I held off buying an ostrich boot for a long time, so I bought all 3 of the Cayman colors. I got all 3 Cayman colors, and I have a lizard boot called the Nash, and a brown leather, and I thought that was really pretty. And I got the Python, which is the most comfortable, but I think this is a better looking boot than that. So I would say this is probably behind the Coles, which I have 3 of them, so we'll count those as one. This is probably second.
Number 2, all right.
Number 2, yeah.
And so what would your overall rating be of your ostrich leather boots?
I would say 8.5 to an 8 3/4.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
8.5 out of 10, all right.
Yeah. And my Caymans are about 9.5 or 9 overall. Yeah. And all the other boots run around 8, 7. There's not one that I hate among them all.
If there's one thing you could change about this boot, what would it be?
Well, I probably might make the instep a little higher, because I can feel this instep. I think that's just because I haven't worn it enough yet. And as you know, it's pretty tight. And this is a 13 double E, and I'm supposed to take about a 12.5 D. So I've been buying the boots a little bit big. But this is one of those boots when I pulled it out of box and looked at it for the first time. I went, whoa, these are pretty. And that to me is what I'm looking for, is that, wow, that's a pretty boot. Nobody else is going to pay any attention to them, you know, I get it, but I just like them. All right, we'll wrap this up. Well, sports fans, this is our second iteration in our boot reviews, and why we're doing boot reviews is beyond me, other than the fact I like them. So subscribe, damn it. Bye.